Hi everybody, I'm Rachel Frank, also known as Tiny Geek Crafter from Cattail Knits, and today I'm going to show you how to do a long tail cast on. When you do a long tail cast on, you are making a long tail with the one end of your yarn. Going to make a slip knot, and we're going to use both the working yarn and your tail to cast on the stitches. So you want to make sure you leave your tail long enough to cast on the number of stitches you need. A guide that I like to go by is taking the needle I'm going to use and wrapping it around that needle for how many stitches I need to cast on, and that kind of gives me a good idea of how much yarn to leave on my tail. So the first thing we need to do is make a slip knot. So we have the tail here, and I'm going to wrap the tail, or this is the working yarn coming from my thumb. I'm going to wrap the tail behind my fingers, then back up, crossing over that, making an X, and back behind my fingers again. I'm going to take my needle, go under the first, over the second, and pull it through. And that makes a little slip knot. Now I have my tail end and my working yarn. I will put the working yarn over my index finger, tail over my thumb, grab them with my fingers underneath, pull my needle forward and my hands back, and then I get a V shape right here, and I have yarn coming from my thumb and yarn coming from under my finger. So I'm going to grab the yarn on the bottom side of my thumb and on the inside of the V on my finger, and then pull it through. So outside of the thumb, inside of the finger, and when I grab from outside the thumb, you see I'm creating another loop right here, and that's the loop I'll pull it through. So outside, inside, through the loop. Outside, inside the index finger, through the loop. So outside the thumb, oh, you see my tail is getting too short now. I didn't leave it long enough to do many. Outside the thumb, inside the index finger, back through the loop. And you would do that until you got the number of stitches you need to cast on.